doing a test today. We have been using Brake Buster by P&S for the last 3 years as our go-to wheel cleaner on pretty much any type of wheel, any type of dirt level as well. So really dirty wheels, superficial cleans, this has been our go-to. We have tried some other products throughout the years, however, we have not done a head-to-head test like we're going to do today. We have 4 different products here. 3 of them we want to put up against Brake Buster. So we've got a really dirty Range Rover Sport. The wheels have not been cleaned in quite some time. As you'll be able to see right now, they are absolutely filthy. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a no agitation test. The maximum dilution is 3 to 1. So we're going to go by the recommended there. Pop that in our IK sprayer. We're going to do the exact same with 2 of our Omni Garage. So we have their wheel cleaner here. That is recommended at straight up. So we're going to do that, no dilution. The same with the heavy duty wheel cleaner from Griots Garage. And then obviously we need to test out our tried and tested Brake Buster. So 4 products, 4 wheels. Let's put these in the IK sprayer and figure out which one of them has the best cleaning ability without any agitation at all. Okay, so we've got the 2 IK Foam Pro 2 sprayers in hand here. Brake Buster on this side, we have the Maniac wheel cleaner here, and the way that we're going to do this test is we're going to go around each wheel and we are going to spray the product straight up on the wheel, not straight up diluted. Goodness, I've gone a bit keen with that one. So on the first wheel, let's use our Maniac wheel cleaner. So this is diluted 3 to 1 and we haven't pre-rinsed the wheel. We really want to give this the fairest test possible across the wheels on this Range Rover to see which of these products by itself, so no wheel mitt, no rinsing, no agitation, takes the dirt and the brake dust off these wheels. So let's give this a go with our Maniac cleaner here. Okay, and then Brake Buster, so this here is undiluted Brake Buster. So we've got the Maniac wheel cleaner working away hard on this front wheel. As you can see, it looks like it's doing a pretty good job removing some browning from the tyres there. And we're still getting some runoff, so we do have a little bit of cling left on the foam there, and it's running down the face of the wheel. And as you can see, the runoff there, a lot of the browning from the tyres. That'll be really interesting to see how well that's cleaned. And then if you come to the back tyre here, Brake Buster is definitely clinging longer on the surface. Now keep in mind this was sprayed about a minute behind that, but you do have a lot more foam clinging onto in particular the tyres. A little bit of browning here as well. So we know that Brake Buster is a good mild tyre cleaner and we'll take some of that browning out. Let it run. We're in the shade on this side of the car so we can leave it for a bit longer. So we'll probably leave this for another minute or 2. We'll come along, rinse off and then have a look at the results on these 2 wheels. Okay, time for rinse off. We've left these on the wheels probably somewhere around 3 to 4 minutes. You want to leave it on a little bit less if you're in direct sun. And as you can see, we're just getting the sun on the top of this wheel here. Now I'm trying to be quite consistent as well with the distance I am away from the wheel when I'm rinsing off, and also how many times I go across. So really here, I just went in a pattern like this. I didn't go and re-hit different areas because I want this to be a fair test. So let's go to that back wheel. Do the same on this one. And I can already see on this one here, a lot of the product has just dried on the face of the wheel. So if I wipe that, alright, I'm getting a lot of dirt there, so it hasn't necessarily picked this stuff up and run off. And you can probably see that a little on the basis of the foam being, other than a bit of tyre browning there, pretty much white foam. So let's rinse off. And then while those 2 tyres and wheels are drying, let's move around to the other side of the car and then put the 2 Griots products that we've got here On the front wheel here, we're going to try the P&S Garage. This is just the standard wheel cleaner, and we've got that mixed up. Well, it's not mixed up at all. It is just straight up in our IK sprayer here. Put this on the front. I'm not having a great time with the IKs today. Bring on the electric IKs. Okay, and time to rinse. Now we've just done a little mid-video filter change on the IK because the foam filter in there was all clogged up. So we're going to get way better foam this time. We're using the P&S Garage, the heavy.
But just to be mindful that the foaming application is not going to impact the way that the chemical is done to clean the wheel. No. I mean, foam is just a way of getting it on there, but
we still got all the chemical on there. We just didn't get as much foam with it. So heavy duty wheel cleaner. Oh, that's much better. The frustrating thing with these IK sprayers though is it just fizzles out after such a short period of time. Like that was fully primed. We've only got half the wheel. Okay, dwell time, let it go. Rinse off this heavy duty. It has a nice smell to it actually. I think this is my favourite of all four that we put on the wheels.
And I don't know if this is just because of the foam, but actually the dwell time was really good. And you can see that there's actually some iron or fallout remover built into this product. And you can see it there bringing out some iron. So it definitely smelled like it was in there, and there's the evidence that it is.
It was a pleasant iron remover smell. It's not like a traditional iron remover. Like that smelled really nice spraying that on. So here's the Maniac wheel and tyre cleaner. And the results on here. One of the main areas we're looking at is around the centre cap. And then if we go down from there, the spokes at the bottom there. So this one, obviously there is still dirt on the wheel, but these wheels were extremely dirty before we started. This, out of the four wheels, obtained the best result for us. Second best was the heavy duty wheel cleaner from P&S Garage. So this one here also performed relatively well on the wheel. If we look around that centre cap area, we have a little bit more dirt than the Maniac. And then if we come down here as well, you can see that on the face of the wheels we do still have some dirt, and at the bottom a little bit in there. Definitely not quite on the same level as the Maniac cleaner, but still performed better than the other two in the test. And then third, probably third equal, we found it really tough to distinguish between Brake Buster and the standard wheel cleaner from Griots. So as you can see here, a lot of dirt still on the face of the wheel. That centre cap area still extremely dirty. You can see if I wipe my finger there, and then if you come down, it really just hasn't done a great job at pulling any of the dirt from the bottom of the wheel here. And we do still have quite a bit of dirt on the tyres as well. The wheel cleaner from P&S Garage as well, pretty much on par with what we found from Brake Buster. Really hard to distinguish between these two. As you can see here, quite a bit of dirt on the wheel. If you come down to that centre cap area and I wipe my finger, we do have a lot of dirt remaining there. And then toward the bottom, it really has not done a significant job at making a dent in some of the dirt toward the bottom of the wheel.
So all in all, those results show us that the Maniac wheel and tyre cleaner is the best, and probably this has done the best job at removing a lot of that dirt and grime in a basically touchless type format. These wheels by no means are clean, and so that sort of puts that whole thing to rest about can you do a touchless wheel clean. Well, when they're ready to do like this, you can't. So we're going to need to agitate these wheels, and you'd need to do agitation with any sort of wheel cleaner, but we just wanted to see, by giving these chemicals a fair test, by spraying them on, letting them dwell, letting them eat, and then rinsing them off, about which one did the best. And we think that this has done the best out of the trial here. So We still like to use Brake Buster because it's a really good mild cleaner. It foams on really well, it gives us really good dwell time, and we know that it's safe. We've used it a lot. But I suppose if we wanted to step it up, if we had really dirty wheels, we'd probably be grabbing this as a more of a heavy duty type wheel cleaner, and I think that's what we're going to do. We're probably going to stock this now on the shelf, and we'll use this when the wheels are really dirty. Keep in mind, we are very, very rarely ever doing a touchless wheel wash. We might do it if we're pulling the car outside just before we jump into a rinseless, but when the wheels are this dirty, as Glenn said, we are always agitating. But this is the best way to show you a fair test, because hey, we could have done 2 wipes on one wheel, 1 on the other, we'd have no way to know. And if we were agitating each of the products, that's just showing you how well we are at agitating. So we just wanted to show these products in their purest form. So that's it from Omni Garage. Like the video, subscribe to us so you get notified when we're releasing more interesting content. Catch you on the next one.